You have a child in your school who is allergic to peanut butter so severely that she cannot even be in the same room with it. What should you do? A. Post signs on classroom doorway and main doorway that no peanut products can be brought into the school. B. Limit the types of food that can be brought in for classroom parties and events. C. Work with the parents to assure you know what to do in case she is accidentally exposed to peanut butter. D. All the above. Answer D. Food allergies can be life-threatening. If you have a student in your class who has an allergy, you and your center staff must be sure that the allergy is posted prominently, that food is served only by authorized personnel, and that all staff are aware of what to do in case the child comes in contact with her allergen. When it comes to culturally diverse materials, you should A. Not have very many, it's confusing for the children. B. Only have materials for the cultures represented by your students. C. Have a variety of culturally diverse materials such as posters, books, and music. D. Have every culture represented. Answer C. While it would be impossible to have every culture represented, it is important to have a variety of materials available to your students. Posters and pictures hanging in the classroom, books with inviting pictures, music and musical instruments, and clothes in your dress-up area will help children explore and learn. A student of yours gets a new puppy over the weekend and is so excited she has been talking about it all day. At center time, she paints a picture of her puppy at the easel and calls you over to look at it. Which of the following actions on your part would best help her develop her language acquisition and writing skills? A. You write the words "new dog" on her paper. B. She tells you about the dog and you write what she says, then read it back to her. C. You tell her about your dog. D. You do a search on the internet and show her pictures of other dogs like hers. Answer B. Having a child dictate a story or write it themselves helps them to develop their comprehension and language acquisition skills while sharing something important to them. A little girl in your class, Maria, breaks her arm and is in a cast. Many of your students are curious and some are even fearful of her cast. What can you do to help the children in your classroom? A. Ask Maria if she's comfortable with talking about what happened and, if so, let the children ask her questions. Help Maria answer them. B. Tell the children what happened and answer any of their questions. C. Tell the children it's not their concern. Maria is fine. D. Read a book about broken arms. Answer A. Anytime you can help children share their feelings, you are helping them learn to express themselves and to learn and experience empathy. In the infant-toddler room, Carrie has the responsibility of keeping the 4 toddlers in the room safe, happy, and clean. This is difficult when the other infant room caregiver is late for work. Carrie is responsible for attendance and hourly reports to her supervisors. She is afraid that she won't get these done and will be marked down. She puts all of the toddlers in high chairs while she completes her reports. Her coworker has still not arrived. What would you suggest Carrie do in this situation? A. Keep the toddlers in the high chairs until her coworker arrives. B. Engage the toddlers in activities according to the daily plan. C. Leave the toddlers playing on the floor while she calls her coworkers to find out what is happening. D. Give the toddlers extra snacks to keep them busy while she does the next hour's reports. Answer B. Carrie should continue with the day's activities while waiting for her coworker. She should not restrain the toddlers for extended periods or leave them unattended. She should inform her supervisors about the situation and let them take care of the coworker. She should follow agency safety policies at all times. You are planning a unit on snow. Luckily, there is a lot of snow on the ground and the children are dying to play outside. How can you plan an outdoor lesson on the 5 senses during your snow week? A. You can't. It's too cold. The children should run around for 5 minutes then go back inside. B. Have the children fill clean buckets with clean snow and bring it inside. Have them test each of their senses using the snow. C. Have the children tell you if the snow is cold or hot. D. Have the children describe the snow to you. Write down all their words for your word wall. Answer B. Snow is a wonder to children. While they are filling their bucket, you can ask them questions regarding their senses. Can they see it? Can they feel it? Describe how it feels. Inside, they can taste it, make sure it's clean snow, they can try to hear it. You can use this same activity to have art, science and math. The kids will love using something so real and exciting as part of their play. While on the playground, Sally fell off the slide and got a small cut on her knee. You cleaned it with soap and water and Sally continued to play outside. How should you advise her mother? A. Give her mother a quick call to let her know what happened and let her know Sally is okay. B. It's a small cut, there is no need to alarm her. Sally will tell her when she gets home. C. Let her know Sally fell because she was wearing sandals and not sneakers. Remind her to get Sally a pair of sneakers. D. Put a note in Sally's book bag. Answer A. Anytime a child gets an injury at school, no matter how small, it is best practice to let their parents know. Parents will feel confident their child is being well cared for when they are informed of incidents that occurred during their child's day. A note in the book bag will work, too, but a phone call is more personal and, as the teacher, you can assure the parent all is well and answer any questions they might have. During lunch, the children can learn to be independent and serve themselves. Which of the below should you encourage them to try? 1. Set the table. 2. Pour their own milk. 3. Serve themselves from platters. 4. Clear the table. A. 1 and 3. B. 1 and 4. C. 1, 2, 3 and 4. D. 1, 3 and 4. Answer C. Children will delight in setting the table, serving themselves and clearing the table. They can pour their own milk or juice, too. You will have messes from time to time, but the skills gained are more valuable than the messes made. How many adults should be in the classroom at any given time? A. This depends on the activity. The messier the activity, the more adults you will need. B. This depends on the age and number of children in the classroom. C. This depends on the size of the classroom. D. This depends on whether you are indoors or outdoors. Answer B. Adult-child ratios are determined by the age and number of students. Younger students require more adults, and the more students you have, the more adults you will need. The children are telling you a great story of something that happened on the playground. You want to help them expand on their learning. Which of the below will best do that? A. Have one child tell you what happened during circle time. B. Have the children draw a picture of what happened that day. C. Have the children work together to create a book for the class library that tells the playground story. D. Tell the children to remember the story so they can tell their parents that night. Answer C. The children have a shared experience and are excited to tell it. Allowing them to work together to create a class book that can be read again and again and shared with visitors will be a great literacy experience for the children. You notice one of your students is crying more often than she normally does. She seems tired and falls asleep before lunch. You suspect she's not getting enough sleep and decide to talk to the parents about your concerns. Which of the following would be the best way to approach this subject with the parents and still do your best to maintain a positive relationship with the parents? A. Tell the parents they need to do a better job of getting their daughter to bed at a reasonable time. B. Give the parents pamphlets in their daughter's backpack about the benefits of getting enough sleep. C. At pickup, share your concerns that their daughter is falling asleep and seems more tired than usual. Ask them if they have noticed it, too, and if there have been any changes in her routine lately. D. Tell them if she falls asleep before lunch again, she will have to stop coming. She is clearly unable to handle school. Answer C. When you notice an issue with a student, it is best to let the parents know in a non-threatening, non-judgmental way. There can be a variety of reasons their child is exhibiting unusual behaviors, and by working with them to get to the root of the issue, you are, in the long run, providing the best care and support you can for that child. You receive a phone call from the father of one of your 3-year-old students. He is very concerned that his son is not as smart as his older sister and that you, as his teacher, must fix this problem. He claims if you were a better teacher his son would be doing what his sister did when she was 3. How do you best address this parent's concerns? A. He's right. The child is not as smart as his sister. It's best to be honest with the father and let him know. It's a good thing he called so you can tell him. B. Agree to be a better teacher. Change your lesson plans and really challenge those students. C. Be respectful of this father's concerns and, at the same time, explain how each child develops at their own pace. Share some anecdotes, age-appropriate milestones he has hit and how he interacts with the other students. Assure this parent you will communicate with him any concerns you have and that you will work with him to ensure his son continues to be successful in preschool. D. Let him know you're doing the best you can. It's really not your fault if the student is not learning. Answer: C. It can be difficult for a parent to approach you about perceived issues with their child. It is important to make them feel heard and respected and to be sure they have helpful information regarding developmental milestones for preschoolers. You will always have parents who expect their child to far exceed what is typical for the age of the child or live up to an older sibling. However, being consistent in your message that children learn at their own pace will be a respectful and realistic way to interact with concerned parents. You decide to have a toy store center. Which of the below activities could the children do to help them experiment with the written word? A. Have them bring toy boxes from home for the center. B. Make signs for the store. C. Sort the toys for the shelves. D. Provide a cash register for them to play act charging money for the toys. Answer: B. When creating a center for the children to use, allow them to be part of creating the details that will make it realistic to them. Making signs will help them practice their writing skills and expose them to the written language and some practical ways it is used. Maintaining professional relationships with other staff includes: A. Talking to the other teachers when you feel the director is being unfair to get their feedback. B. Planning with the other teachers to assure your lessons are comprehensive and meet the students' needs. C. Eating lunch together every day. D. Letting the other teachers know when you don't agree with what they are teaching. Answer: B. Socializing with your coworkers can be fun, but you must remember to keep your conversations neutral and professional when it comes to chatting about work-related matters. Planning with the other teachers can help you and your team to assure you are all on the same page and the students are getting a comprehensive curriculum. It is time for reading circle. A visiting reader has come to read to the preschool class. Ben has been playing games on the computer for 5 of the 10 minutes he is allowed and refuses to join the group until his time is up. What would be best practice in this situation? A. Ban Ben from the computer for the rest of the day. B. Let Ben stay on the computer during reading circle. C. Assure Ben that he can return to the computer after reading circle and escort him to the circle. D. Demand that Ben join the group immediately. Answer: C. Since the group is having a special reader, it would be rude for Ben to stay on the computer. The teacher should explain this to Ben, assure him that he will get his full turn, and escort him to the reading circle. Ben should not be embarrassed in front of the class for asserting his right to his computer time. A little boy in your class, Danny, tells you his dog died over the weekend. He is very sad and is having a tough time getting along with the other children today. What can you do to help Danny? A. Make him sit in quiet time until he can get along with the others. Classroom rules must be followed. B. Sit him down and help him talk about his feelings about his dog, help him work through what he's feeling and give him the words to help express himself. C. Tell him you're sorry his dog died. Your dog died a few years ago and you know how sad he is. D. Tell his mother he should stay home until he feels better. Answer: B. During your tenure as a teacher, many of your students will go through a variety of events in their personal lives. You must support them and help them work through it and model behaviors to help them best handle situations they might not have experience with. A curriculum which is culturally sensitive will be A. Without bias. B. Focused on the host country's values. C. Based on the values and preferences of the educators. D. Deny differences between cultures. Answer A. Educators have an ethical responsibility to provide a curriculum which is culturally sensitive and without bias. Educators should respect the values, structure, language, customs, and beliefs of the children and families they serve. You want to have a non-biased classroom. What can you add to your dramatic play area to help the children experiment with a variety of cultures, ethnicities, and abilities? A. Dress up clothes from a variety of countries. B. Props associated with special needs. C. Play food from a variety of cultures. D. All the above. Answer D. Dramatic play gives the children a chance to safely experiment with a variety of props they may not be familiar with or have access to otherwise. Children will delight in trying on clothes and using props as part of their pretending. A child in your program shows signs of a developmental delay. His parents refuse to address the concerns your supervisor has brought to their attention. What should you do? A. Call in specialists to prove there is a problem. B. Continue to educate the children in your class, offering extra support and modifications when you see a need. C. Tell the parents you can't help their child until they are ready to face your concerns. D. See if you can move the child to the next age group down. If he can't keep up with what you're doing, he'll be better off there. Answer B. Over your career as a teacher, you will most likely have several children in your classroom that will have issues that will be challenging. Your job is to teach each child to the best of your ability, getting assistance and parental cooperation when it is available and remaining respectful when it's not. How can you incorporate gross motor activities and cultural diversity into one lesson? A. Sing songs in another language. B. Provide a diverse selection of plastic food in your kitchen areas. C. Teach a traditional dance from Mexico. D. Read a book about animals that are found in Australia. Answer C. Teaching a traditional dance will allow students to explore another culture at the same time as they use their large muscles to dance and move. 2-year-olds can typically A. Use the potty responsibly with no accident. B. Paint a recognizable picture of a flower. C. Sit in circle for 20 minutes. D. Scribble with crayons or markers. Answer D. 2-year-olds are developing a lot of skills and it's an exciting age to teach. While some 2-year-olds may be starting to toilet train, it is not yet reasonable to expect them to use the potty alone or with accuracy. They can also sit in circle, but for very short periods of time. 20 minutes is too long for this age group. They are, however, going to love to be given the chance to color, and while you may not recognize what they are drawing, some 2-year-olds will be able to tell you what they are drawing and will be extremely proud of their creation. You have a new child starting this week. What can you do to help lessen any anxiety the child, or his parents, may have? A. Invite the family in to visit for snack time or recess prior to the first day. B. Provide the parents with information on your classroom such as your schedule and what items the child should bring from home. C. Take a picture of the child with his parents to put on his cubby for the first few days. D. All the above. Answer D. Allowing a child and his family to visit your classroom prior to starting school will help them feel more comfortable, as will providing information such as what the child will need to bring from home, for example, a blanket for nap time or a healthy snack. If the child and his family are prepared for his first days, it will help ease that normal anxiety of facing a new situation. One of the children in Nan's family home care practice has gotten lice. Nan doesn't want to unduly upset the other parents. After sending home all of her charges, she vacuums and washes everything that she can. What else should Nan do in this situation? A. Keep the affected child from attending until she gets a clean report from a physician. Do not notify the other parents and wait to hear if anyone else gets infected. B. Ask the parents of the affected child to keep her home until no lice are present and she can prove that she is lice-free. Inform the other parents that you have taken all necessary precautions. Give each child a pillowcase or paper bag to keep their belongings separated from the others. C. Ask the parents of the affected child to remove their child from her home care for at least 2 weeks. Notify the other parents about which child has been affected and ask them to quiz their child about contact. D. Keep the information confidential and proceed with your regular practices. Since no one else appears to be affected, no precautions need to be taken. Answer: B. Situations like this can be troubling. Take all necessary precautions. The affected child should not return until she is lice-free. The parents should certify this in some way. The child's name should not be made public to protect her privacy. Belongings should be separated. A parent of one of your students drives you crazy, nothing specific, you just don't like her. How should you best handle your feelings for her? A. Talk to a trusted coworker and tell her all the things this mother does that upset you. Make sure she promises not to tell anyone. B. Ignore your feelings for her, she is the mother of one of your students and you are a professional. C. When she is around, talk to another parent or make yourself busy on the other side of the room. D. Ignore her, she will drop her child off and leave and you won't have to deal with her. Answer: B. There will most likely always be a parent or parents you are not especially fond of, however, as a professional with the best interest of the children in mind, you must put aside your personal feelings and do your best to treat them with respect, never letting on how you feel. Emergency contact information should: A. Be kept in the director's office. B. Be considered confidential information and stored in a locked cabinet. C. Be updated once a year in September. D. Be easily accessible. Answer: D. The best answer here is for them is to be easily accessible. In a true emergency, all staff should be able to access a child's contacts and know he or she is on any medicines, has any allergies and who his or her doctor is.